In aviation, just in, Azman Airlines reportedly has failed the renewal audits of its air operator certificate from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. With this, the reports coming in now that the regulatory agency has suspended indefinitely the operating license of the airline. The AOC is an aviation safety instrument that authorizes an airline operator to carry out specified commercial air transport operations. Arise business analyst Chika Mbono joins us to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir. So much to discuss. Where would you like to...
Just a brief on the Azman breaking news.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known always that the aviation industry, the domestic airlines are in deep problems. The working capitals have been cannibalized by the increase in the cost of operation.
Yeah.
Do you recall how the price of their key costs, which is aviation fuel, moved from about 100 naira, 150 naira per liter, 170 naira per liter to about 600 naira per liter.
Yeah.
And that just wiped away most of the working capital. And a lot of airlines were even struggling before then. So we knew also that NCA, Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, has been doing the audit for the airlines. And for the airlines like Azman, their AOC, Air Operating Certificate, expired some time ago, and some of them are given grace period to do the necessary to regularize them. And reminders have been sent. And every time becomes, there's a balance between serving the public and safety. Because what has happened is that NCA has been looking at the fact that there's under capacity in the industry. Remember, Aero is gone, Dana is gone. So they're very sensitive about further reducing the capacity in the industry. But after time, you have to balance safety of the passengers because this decision not to reduce capacity. And I'm sure that that's why the safety superintends over the other reason now, and that's why this has happened. So a lot of them have problems, and so not surprising that this is happening to Azman.
Wow, the aviation industry, just one headline after another.
The Port Harcourt Refinery.
Yes,
the refinery complex in Port Harcourt. There are actually two refineries there. The old refinery, I think there was the 6,000 barrels per day. Was built in 1965.
A long time ago.
And the 150,000 barrels per day one that was built in 1989. They're all grandfathers, grandfather refineries, And there was so much argument about whether they were going to be refurbished or sold as scrapped. But the government of President Buhari, who believes in the national energy security and not selling national assets anyhow, chose to spend about $1.5 billion to rehabilitation the two refineries. I remember I said at that time, the key sort of factors include the fact that have you chosen the contractor that is competent? And at that time it was Technimon that was chosen. Technimon is competent to know the material, it's an Italian company. And I said the other thing is that the funding, if the funding is in place, the competence is there, they will follow they deliver the project. I'm not surprised that they say that the 60,000 barrels one is going to be delivered by December. Let's just make sure it's not rhetoric and make sure that
it's real.
It's real. But I mean, coming on stream will help at least reduce the imports of petrol and the lead time to supply. It's easier to move products from Port Harcourt Refinery down to here than going to all the European countries and bringing them down here using a foreign exchange. So we're hoping that happens. And as he said also, that the refinery work is progressing, and we hope that will happen also. The Port Harcourt second one, and of course Kaduna and then Warri refineries. It's a major issue for us and for the country, and we hope that this things come on stream, and when the repairs are done, that again, as I said before, that because the funds were raised from banks, and the banks gave a condition that there must be proper management in place, not the usual NMPC thing, where they just put any Tom and Dick and Harry there to go and run the refinery. That part of the condition the bank gave the loan that they must have management contracts with competent refinery running companies to run the plant. We hope that will also be in place. once the refineries come into play.
Big topic, which we will review again once everything comes on stream.
Yeah.
The other power, well, this is oil and gas. The
Power.
deal with EU, the French agency.
You know, if you look at the funding streams, grants,
Right.
donations, and so allied funds that have come into the power sector, you still wonder why
We don't have power.
we don't have power.
Yeah.
Because, you know, most of the international agencies have this support they've given to our country towards its power. And we hope that, you know, the funds are used judiciously, the right contractors are used. And then, you know, when these funds come in, I ask myself, how do they play into the Siemens deal that we're very happy about then? You know, do this funnel into that deal? But, you know, this government is not known for speaking up until we put them on the spot. You know, like we did the Minister of Aviation the other time, and then he had to address a press conference.
And called you by name.
Called me by name, you know, you know. Because we've been asking them to just be transparent, tell us what you're doing about your 5 or 7 point agenda. You know, you can't tell me, say it's not 5 points, it's 7 point agenda. Well, it's okay, at least he spoke.
He's spoken and he said something.
We made him wake up and speak to us. You know, the big masquerades, you know, like doing us a favor, you know, being accountable. You know, but it's okay. You know, that's the country that we are in. You know, so we hope that things are working well. I mean, power is so important to the country. I would have thought that there was a timeline, somebody who periodically gives an update on this Siemens deal. You know, my people say that the hunger you know when it's going to end is easier to bear.
Right.
You know, so you know, salivate us with like this is the project, it's on phase 1 now, this is the progress, you know, and so on and so forth, so that we know what is happening. But it's just blind, we're flying blind. If I use an aviation term, we're just flying blind and hoping that one day they will just pity us and give us information. If you ask now, Mr. Additional to call you Welling Weller and Sheikh Gaba, they will call you Welling Weller. I'm not one.
Just asking questions.
You're asking questions, you know.
That's all we're doing.
Just help us, you know. Okay.
Peter Obi was addressing LCCI next week.
Time, Alajatiku had done his own. I think they was there. You were there.
I was, yes.
Like, you were there, you're an anchor.
I was, I covered this.
Yeah, so tomorrow again, you're going to, the money I earn for, you're going to share the money. So Peter Obi is going to be there tomorrow. And then, interesting times.
Yes.
I think this election cycle is a bit different from the last one. And as I said, we're going to hold people a little more accountable. And people are going to debate. You know, we don't want people reading from paper or speech. We want people to speak to us naturally, so that we know that what they're telling us is really ingrained in them. They understand it. Not just a police paper that someone given to them to read out. So we're going to, and we'll have a long time. September to February is about 4 or 5 months.
Exactly.
So no, there's no place to hide. Nobody can hide this time around. You know.
Exactly.
All the 4 or 5 presidential candidates must come out and let us know what they can do. And
in fact, he's on Monday, so we'll have you on Tuesday to break down whatever he plans. He says he has for the country, and then Bola is October 28th.
Something. Yes.
Interesting.
He's still reading, still revising. He pushes on forward. He's still revising.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbone. Chika, thank you for joining us.
Thanks a lot.